Hello there and welcome to another video of Naval Action with RunGB. Today we are going to be a pretty short clip of a battle in sea trials of two constitutions versus a Santisima Trinidad. Of course it's a short battle because these battles tends to be short. Either the Santisima destroys the frigates or the frigates bring down the Santisima really quick. Usually there's no middle term. Anyway, of course this is not an open world video, and that's because open world has been closed for the time being. The servers were going for several days, almost 1 week, since Friday I think to yesterday, but it was decided that well they have gathered enough data to know which bugs to fix and glitches to take care of, etc. And that's going to take a while, so in the meantime, well, they have taken it offline. So well, here I am sailing sea trials, and of course that means that we are back to the former Demits model, because in sea trials 4.0 is not integrated. And honestly, I'm finding that 4.0 actually is better, in my opinion. Gives stronger feeling on the lack of accuracy of the guns at long ranges. Of course, keep in mind these guns and these ships had cannons which were smooth bores. They were not rifled. So that means that the longer you were firing at, the bigger the displacement would be. The ball would go to an area, not to a target. So it's quite accurate to expect high dispersion at long ranges. And in sea trials, one of the complaints of people in general, at least of people who knew about naval gunnery of the era, was that guns in general were too accurate at long ranges. And I kind of miss that from open world, because in open world you can feel that your guns are a lot less accurate at long ranges. Anyway, two constitutions, Santisima Trinidad, of course. The only way we are going to destroy this guy is by outmaneuvering it. But that has a problem, and that is related with the fact that at the beginning of the battle, you need to come close to the Santisima and you need to stick to his rear. But to reach his rear, you must well, go past his guns at least once. And yeah, well, just one broadside from a first rate is going to massacre your armor in whatever side it's hitting. So what I'm planning here is to do quite of an indirect approach. I'm going upwind from the Santisima, and when he comes close and starts turning to open his arcs of fire, as he's doing right now, I'm going to start turning towards him. My idea is to end up giving him a pure frontal profile, but the moment he can't actually fire his guns. I don't want him shooting at my sides, essentially. Because if he starts hitting my sides, he's going to destroy it. So, as you can see, well, he's already unmasked most of his guns, but he's not open fire, because he sees that I'm a very small profile. He's keeping his guns, and actually he's going to fire them on my teammate, which I think it was a smart move by him, by the Santisima player. You don't want to waste such a huge damaging broadside in a very small target. So well, he has gone past, he hasn't fired, I've won his rear, and I open up. I decided to go with instantaneous broadside raking shot, but sadly most of my shots actually missed. I should have gone and done what this guy is doing. As you can see, he's doing a rolling broadside. He's firing as he passes. So I need to stick to the Santisima's back, but the problem is that I have my constitution, my other constitution, in the way. So while I turn, I very carefully manage my sails to slowly turn while barely moving on the spot in order not to crash versus him. And when he's cleared out of me, well, I go full sails and accelerate towards the Santisima to mask myself on his back again. Now, what I was looking forward here was to win the rear of the Santisima and wreck him again, but I have seen that he has just fired on my teammate. So instead of going for his rear, what I'm going to do is to concentrate fire on his broadside. I know he's not going to fire back because, well, he has just fired, so I have a window of opportunity where he's reloading to open up there. The idea is to focus fire on one side to maximize damage and to produce leaks. Of course, also keep in mind that being a Santisima, he has a lot of armor, so the idea is, well, to give him as much as a headache as I can. I'm not going to kill this guy in two broadsides, so yeah, I take it easy. So, I turn around, start going the other side, put some chainshot. Mostly testimonial there, I mean, it's not going to accomplish much, but, well, if you can put some chainshot, why not? And now, of course, I'm watching he's turning towards me, so I'm expecting he's going to open fire at any moment. He opens up with his top deck, but the one I'm really worried about is the lower deck. Now, one rule to understand is that, well, if you are receiving fire from the top deck of first rate, well, you're going to suffer damage, but not that much. The problem is the lower deck. It's where the bigger guns are, so I want to give him a small profile by the time he fires the lower deck. He's about to start doing it now. Now, thankfully, I was mostly aiming towards him when he opened up, so most of his shots missed. But, well, my pump has been put out of order, I receive a little bit of damage. But he's going down. His armor is starting to show so much focus fire. He's receiving so much fire from two constitutions in exactly the same zone. If you can focus fire like this, a big ship, yeah, it's going to relent under the fire, because even while he can repair, it's too focused. It's too much damage in too small time. And that's the whole idea I got since I came back from my initial pass. So we are going to keep on trying to hit that side. I think a lot of people think that the only way to kill a first rate is to wreck him all the time. Well, that's true in a 1v1, but because in a 1v1 you can't face the guns of the dude, and you can't fire on one of the sides without facing those guns. But if you are in a 2v1, one of the guys is going to be disengaged. If that guy focuses on one of the sides of the first rate, well, you can see that it's working. You can bring it up pretty fast. Now the other problem here is that I don't know if the other player has spotted it, but he's going almost upwind and very slowly against a bigger ship. And the problem is that when you do that versus a bigger ship, yeah, that happens. He's going to get boarded. That. So what I do now is to do a rolling broadside on the rear of this guy. Firing one by one. I don't want to fire my ally, even while I know he's going to lose. But I want to hit the Santisima and try to damage it enough so he sinks by the time the boarding action is over, or even before that. Because I'm very careful here, because I don't want to hit my ally. I think I have a good solution, and there you go. Yeah, I can fire him. Boarding is over. He has managed to win the boarding, but by the time he's out of it, well, his ship is sinking. So yeah, that was it. That was a very short battle, but I think it very well portrays how to deal with a big ship in smaller ones. Different tactics as well from others I have shown in the past. So well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had fun. Thank you very much for watching as always, guys, and see you later.